watch Luntha television, and I hope you do too. Luntha television brings wisdom into your home.
Hello and thank you for joining us for our news updates. Here with me, Tandi Wemzumara. After leading the recitation of the Angelus prayer on Sunday, Pope Francis said he is following with concern about the increase in violence and fighting that has taken place in the state of Palestine and Israel over the past months. The Holy Father recalled last Wednesday's appalling attacks in Jerusalem that killed a young Israeli boy and injured many others, while noting that a Palestinian boy died in armed clashes the same day during clashes in Nablus. The Pope pointed out that violence kills the future, shattering the lives of the young and weakening hopes for peace. He then called on everyone to pray for those young men who died and for their families, especially their mothers. President Lazarus Chakwera is this morning presiding over the signing ceremony of a $6.8 billion, which is about 7 trillion Malawi Kwacha grant agreement with a Belgium-based Bridgen Foundation. The grant will, among others, finance the production of up to 1,000 megawatts of electricity, the construction of a modern and one of the largest hospitals in SADC, as well as the construction of the Twin Towers at Capitol Hill. The grant money will also cater for the construction of a university in the northern region. Minister of Finance Sostan Gwengwe says the grant will leave landmarks of development in the country. Former President Peter Mutharika and former First Lady Gertrude Mutharika this morning at Maula Prison in Lilongwe to cheer up their son Tadegera Mafuta, who was arrested last week in connection with the death of 30 people whose bodies were found in Mtangatanga forest in Mzimba. There is heavy presence of armed police officers and prison officers. Several DPP MPs and senior DPP officials have accompanied the Mutharikas, among which are former Reserve Bank Governor Dalit Sokabambe, DPP Vice President for the Eastern Region, Bright Msaka, Mangochi Southwest MP Shadrack Namalomba, Mulanje Southwest MP George Chaponda, Cholo Central MP Ben Piri, former Deputy Minister of Lands Christopher Mzumera Ngwira, former Director of State Residences Peter Mukito, and Mutharika's personal bodyguard Norman Chisale. The Reserve Bank of Malawi has established the Stabilization Fund, which aims at compensating victims of financial investments. Recently, there have been incidences where investors have lost money after investing in licensed companies that have failed to make returns from their investment. For example, 3 weeks ago, the High Court ordered the liquidation of Alliance Capital Limited, with people and institutions lost billions of their money. The fund, which has been operationalized last week, has committee members consisting of different sectors in the financial sector. The University of Malawi, UNIMA, has demanded that students pay for damages to property incurred during vigils held in the midst of protests against the institution's academic calendar. Reports have it that the institution of higher learning would be opened on December 5th this year, provided that the students meet UNIMA's demand. Meanwhile, management at the institution has bowed down to the students' demand that they merge two cohorts using a blended approach in March 2023. This means that the students will no longer have to spend 5 months on a holiday, a development that had led to the earlier protests. And in other news, non-assailants have raised the offices of the National Electoral Commission (INEC) in the Easy local government area of southeast Nigeria's Ebonyi state amid concerns of poll violence could mar the February 2023 presidential vote. INEC National Commissioner Festus Okoye said no one was injured in the attack, but all poll materials in the office were destroyed, which include 340 ballot boxes, 130 voting cubicles, 14 electric power generators, large water storage tanks, assorted office furniture and fixtures, and yet to be determined quantities of permanent voters' cards, PVCs. He said the Nigerian security agencies have begun investigating the incident. And that's about what we had time for in this edition of our news updates. But do stay tuned to Luntha TV as we bring you more news updates and for the rest of our programs. My name is Tandy Samara. Goodbye for now and do enjoy your lunch.